Another one that I'm concerned about is, we've had blackouts, we've had electricity problems. I want to see us increase the opportunities for creating more electricity in here. On the other hand, we've got to watch out for our water because, we're doing a lot of wells that are being dug south of San Antonio in the shale. They're getting our oil and gas, but they're using our water to get it out. And they're using large amounts of the water. So, we've got to be cautious. It's one thing to say we want to create more energy. It's another thing to say we're going to use our water to do that. And I don't think that that's been carefully and safely examined by our legislature. I think that we ought to be developing more windmills. I think that's great. I think we ought to be generating more wind energy. And I think we ought to be developing more solar. And I'm not saying we're not going to be continuing to use oil or natural gas. But we've got to have a fair balance, and we've got to make sure that what we do to create energy doesn't hurt other areas like pollution or water. One of the biggest problems that we're facing is we can build more windmills in West Texas and more wind turbines and generate more power. A lot of the problem is getting that power from West Texas into the area, into our grid. You've got to get people to agree to give up part of their land to create that transmission avenue. And it's hard to do. In Texas, people really believe that their property is their property, and you can't take it unless there's a darn good reason. In Texas, we use something called eminent domain, which means it's evident that the government needs that property for the benefit of everybody, and if they do, they can take it, but it still has to be at a fair price. And a lot of people think no price is fair to take their land, so you have a lot of obstacles to overcome. Now we're building more solar plants close to San Antonio, but solar is still expensive. It hasn't gone down in price enough. We need to expand and continue building that. What I like is that even though I mentioned the natural gas that we're pulling out of the shale south of San Antonio is using a lot of water, if we can remedy that, I like the idea of using natural gas instead of coal in a lot of our power plants because it emits less pollution, it burns quicker, it provides better energy, it costs less. But converting coal power plants to gas power plants can cost a lot of money. If they're publicly owned by CPS, people in San Antonio can say, we support that, and we will support it. We want you to build more of those. But a lot of energy companies have been privatized in Texas over the last 10 years. And a lot of those private energy companies aren't willing to invest the money to shut down the coal plants and build new gas plants without knowing for sure that they're going to be successful in doing that, and it's cost effective because they're out to make a profit, but privately owned. So we've got some obstacles, but we need more energy in Texas. And I believe more alternative energy the better. If you go out and see what I drive a Prius. And so, it's a car that gets 47 miles to the gallon on the road. What do you nudge your mom for?
She drives